They called her a sinner, a repentant prostitute, a woman weeping at the feet of Jesus. But what if that's not who she was at all? What if Mary Magdalene was never a footnote, but the missing chapter of Christianity? Among the texts the church left out of the Bible, one stands out: the Gospel of Mary. It's not long, just a few damaged pages, but what it says rewrites everything. In this gospel, Mary is not silent or shamed. She speaks with authority. She comforts the other disciples after the death of Jesus, and she recalls teachings that none of the others seem to remember. When Peter challenges her, maybe out of jealousy, maybe fear, she doesn't argue. But another disciple, Levi, responds with words that still echo today: "If the Savior made her worthy, who are you to reject her?" Think about that. A woman at the center of the early Christian movement, a woman with the knowledge, courage, and voice to guide others. Some scholars believe she was the spiritual equal, even superior, to Peter, not in opposition to Jesus' message but carrying it forward when others faltered. She's called Apostola Apostolorum, not by modern activists but by early believers. The first to witness the resurrection, the first to proclaim it, to men who doubted. So why don't we hear about that Mary in Sunday school? By the 6th century, Pope Gregory the Great blurred her identity. He merged her story with that of another woman, the unnamed sinner who washed Jesus' feet. He declared her a prostitute, and with that, centuries of perception shifted. In stained glass and sculpture, Mary became the penitent, the fallen. Her role as leader was erased. Her gospel, dismissed as heresy. Her memory, reshaped to fit a church that was increasingly male, hierarchical, and afraid of what her story meant. But here's what's remarkable. Despite the suppression, her story never fully disappeared. Fragments of it survived in hidden manuscripts, in whispered traditions, in the quiet reverence of those who saw more than shame in her name. Maybe history didn't forget her, maybe it chose to. Mary Magdalene, the first witness to the resurrection, silenced for centuries. But her gospel still speaks. And her silence? It wasn't just personal. It marked the beginning of a long tradition, where the voice of women in the church was overshadowed, reshaped, and ultimately ruled out by the authority of men. Want to hear what else the Vatican left out? This is just one story. Watch Vatican and Women full video.